Welcome back to Art Explained Quickly and Simply. Ever wondered how a series of black and white photographs could sell for over $6 million? Today we're diving into Untitled Film Stills by Cindy Sherman, a groundbreaking series that transformed how we think about identity, cinema, and the role of women in media. If you've ever been curious about how these seemingly simple photographs carry such deep meaning, stick around as we break down the layers behind this iconic work. Pause for a moment and think, what does it mean to see ourselves in the roles portrayed on screen? Untitled Film Stills takes this question and explores how women's identities are shaped, constrained, and performed by societal expectations and media representations. Between 1977 and 1980, Cindy Sherman produced Untitled Film Stills, a series of 69 black and white photographs. In each one, she transformed herself into a different female character: housewives, ingénues, femme fatale. But none of these characters actually exist. Instead, Sherman created them based on tropes and archetypes commonly seen in movies, particularly in classic Hollywood, European cinema, and film noir. This isn't just photography, it's a deliberate deconstruction of how women are cast into roles and how they perform these roles both on screen and in life. Look closely at these characters. Each figure is a kind of cinematic cliche, women we've seen in movies time and time again. But Sherman isn't critiquing specific films or characters. She's focusing on how women's identities are constructed through these familiar, repetitive roles. The woman in the photograph isn't an individual, but an idea of womanhood shaped by the lens of cinema. Sherman's work exposes how the media dictates the roles women play and how we, as viewers, are conditioned to accept these roles as normal. Ask yourself, why does this series feel both familiar and strange? That's where the power of Sherman's work lies. She creates something recognizable, but at the same time, we can't place exactly where we've seen it, because these are types, not real people. One of the key meanings behind Untitled Film Stills is the idea of the male gaze. This term, popularized by film theorist Laura Mulvey, refers to how women are often portrayed in visual media through the lens of male desire. Women in film are frequently reduced to objects defined by their beauty, vulnerability, or sexuality, and presented for the pleasure of a presumed male viewer. In Untitled Film Stills, Sherman subverts this dynamic. By becoming both the creator and the subject of the images, she takes control of the gaze. Even though she is playing into the roles the media has defined, she's also reclaiming power by directing and performing these roles herself. Here's where it gets even deeper. Sherman never gives her characters a narrative. The photographs seem like they come from a movie, but there's no plot, no backstory, no context. The ambiguity forces us to think about how much we project onto these images. Without a story to guide us, we're left to grapple with how much of these roles are real and how much are constructed for the viewer's consumption. Another layer of meaning in Untitled Film Stills is the idea of identity as a performance. Sherman's characters are not self-portraits. They are performances of femininity. She's showing how women are often expected to perform certain roles in society, shaped by external pressures. The use of stereotypical film stills highlights how media and popular culture create and reinforce these expectations. Sherman asks us to question, how much of a woman's identity is genuinely her own, and how much of it is shaped by the roles she's expected to play in the public eye? Think about this. How does Sherman's use of different roles across the series challenge the idea that identity is something fixed? Is she suggesting that identity is something fluid, something we put on and take off depending on societal expectations? Here's another fascinating detail. While Sherman appears in every photograph, she intentionally erases any sense of personal identity. The lack of individualism in each image mirrors the way that media representations can strip women of their unique characteristics, reducing them to mere symbols or fantasies. The anonymity of the characters makes it clear. These women aren't real. They're constructs, just like many of the roles women are expected to fulfill in both film and real life. The idea of performance also extends to Sherman's commentary on how women navigate the roles assigned to them. Untitled Film Stills can be seen as both a critique of how society boxes women into specific categories and as a reflection on how women might use these roles to their advantage, conforming, resisting, or subverting them in different ways. Try this. Next time you watch a film, think about how female characters are framed. What roles do they play and how much agency do they have? Do they serve the story or are they just part of the scenery? So, in short, Cindy Sherman's Untitled Film Stills is more than just a series of photographs. It's a powerful investigation into identity, performance, and how women's roles are constructed by media. Through her lens, Sherman challenges us to rethink how we view women in art, film, and society, making this work one of the most important and valuable pieces in contemporary art history. If you'd like to understand and know more about art, follow this channel. And before you go, let us know in the comments which artwork you'd like to see explained next. Let's keep exploring the fascinating world of art together.